Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have another educational video for you guys. And today we'll be discussing a topic which is the talk of the town: cryptocurrency crash. So why is the cryptocurrency crash happening? And the main thing we are here for is to see how this will affect the stock markets. We are here for the stock markets, right? Not for cryptocurrency. We are not crypto traders, so we want to know what effects will this have on stock markets and why does this effect take place actually. So a beginner might have a thought, so cryptocurrency is being traded somewhere in the world by a complete whole different set of people, but then why should that affect the price of the stocks I'm holding? Suppose I'm holding a Reliance share, why should my Reliance price go down just because some random coin is going down somewhere in the world? So we will try to link these and see what the logic behind this is and try to explain to you from a very common man perspective. So in simple language, obviously. So first let's see what has been happening with cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin, as you guys know, is the biggest cryptocurrency. So it has there are about 21 million Bitcoins in the world, and you can see that the crash began on the 12th of May when prices tanked by 12%. So prices tanking by 12% for us in a general stock context is a very big thing, and it only happens when there is an actual fundamental change in the stock, right? Suppose if something very bad has happened with the company, or the company has declared results which were very low, below the expectations, only in those scenarios do we see such drastic falls in the stock market in normal times, right? So 12% in cryptocurrency on the cryptocurrency context is still big, but it is not so major that it has only happened because of a fundamental change. Even due to technicals, it a 9% fall, 8% fall, 7% fall are pretty common in the cryptocurrency environment. So even after 12%, 13% fall, people just bought into the dip, right? So people just thought it kept go. You can see the meteoric rise, so people just believed that this was just a temporary dip and it would continue going up. So people kept buying here and it dipped again. People kept buying here, it dipped again. People kept buying, but the stock has corrected by Bitcoin has almost corrected by 50% from its low, from its highs, right? So obviously there have been a lot of people affected, but now it has shown a sharp recovery and made a low of exactly 30,000 and shown a sharp recovery. So right now it is not as bad as it was a few hours ago. So we will see why does this affect us. So simple, the logic is simple. So Bitcoin, as Indians in Indian companies don't directly trade or invest in publicly in cryptocurrency, sure, but there are a few USA companies in the USA or other countries as well, foreign companies which are involved in cryptocurrency trading and which have invested in cryptocurrency. So investing in companies who have directly or indirectly invested in crypto was a lucrative deal for many investors, right? They try to take advantage of the rise in crypto through investing in certain stocks in the stock market. Many people, obviously. So they saw that these certain companies like Tesla, PayPal were associated with the cryptocurrencies, and they invested in those companies, thinking that the rise in cryptocurrency and the rise in the profits of the company would go hand in hand. So many people obviously went forward with that. If you can see here, this was from a while ago. This was on February 8th. Tesla buys 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, so and plans to accept it as a payment. So it was mainstreaming, bringing Bitcoin into mainstream modes, and it was backing Bitcoin publicly. So many people invested in this. So what happens with the crash in Bitcoin? Obviously, if this company is invested in such huge amounts, even Tesla would be affected. Now if I see the Tesla stock price, you can see that in the last few days it has been hammered. From 600 it made a low of 550, which is almost 10%, a bit less. So when this happens, so when the stock price crashes here, who faces losses? The retailers who have invested, but also the foreign institutions who have invested, the FIIs. So when a stock price is also crashing along with the cryptocurrency price, even the investors in the stock market, certain investors are facing losses. Now we don't care if the retailers in USA are facing losses. They are nowhere involved in the Indian markets. But the FIIs, I'm talking about, the foreign institutions, now they are interested very much, right? So they are invested in the Indian markets as well as the US markets. So you can see that the fall in cryptocurrency has brought about a fall in global markets, not just the USA markets, the global markets. So this mainly happens because when the FIIs see certain losses in their cryptocurrency investments or trades, so to compensate for that, they will have to book profit somewhere, right? So the stock market is one area where is the main assets where they try to book their profits and compensate for the loss which they are facing in cryptos, right? So because they have a loss in cryptos, they sell their stocks which are in profit in the stock market. Simple equation. So that is why when they sell their stocks in the stock market, we see them fall in the markets. But why do we see outside also? Because FIs are obviously invested in markets around the world, not just in their country, right? So that is how it will affect the Indian markets as well, and also the whole global markets. So the whole global scenario has turned negative due to this cryptocurrency crash because of the FIs. Now to see stock specific, which stocks will be mainly affected, again very simple. You can see stocks with high FII holding. Just Google that. The first, if we click here, you can see that the stocks which are mainly controlled by the FIs, the HDFC twins, not just HDFC twins, there is a 72.8% FII holding in HDFC twins. So you can see that Axis Bank, IndusInd Bank, you can see ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank. So mainly the banking and financials have the FIIs hold a huge stake in banking and financials, right? So now these will obviously be the most affected sectors because same logic, they will try to book their profits here as well, in the banks as well, and as they exit their positions, we will see a fall in the markets. So which sector would be affected the most? Banking and financials, obviously, because that is the sector where the FIIs are most active. So even if you see today, if I see FII DII data for today, you can see that FII net sell, their net sold. So this wasn't for today, I think this was, this was for today. So on the 19th of May. So the net value was, they sold a net value of minus about 700 crores. So if you observe which stocks took a beating, if I see the HDFC Bank stock price, you can see that when they started selling, you can see a major fall in HDFC Bank. If I see just HDFC, you can see a major fall in HDFC as well. So when FIIs sell, these stocks in which they have a huge holding or which they are most active in, these stocks fall. Now because these stocks like HDFC Bank and HDFC are obviously very high weighted stocks when it comes to Nifty and Bank Nifty both. So these pull down the overall market, Nifty and Bank Nifty as well. Now as the Nifty and Bank Nifty come down, overall market also comes down with them, right? So even if your Reliance share is not directly involved here, so because of these FIIs selling here, your Reliance will also come down along with the Nifty market in most scenarios. If the market environment is very negative, even your stocks are bound to come down. There is bound to be some selling pressure. So this is the basic logic behind why cryptocurrencies affect our Indian markets as well, even though Indian markets are not directly in contact with these cryptocurrencies and don't directly, no companies directly trade in these. This is how it indirectly affects us, and this is how it indirectly affects all the global markets as well, not just our markets. So it is, as I told you, so these are some of the things that as a trader you need to know. Of course you can learn all your technical analysis, but you need to know topics like these and how the Indian stock market works as a whole, and not just reading price, but understanding the stock market on a higher perspective. So that was it for today. I hope you guys understood what I tried to convey to you guys. Please like, share and subscribe if you like the video, and that's it for today. Thank you.